Okay, Steve, when did you start making these?
I started these about 2 years ago, and I did 4 of them. I had read an article in a little local handout magazine about a place on the other side of the Hudson, about an hour from here, that's the only place in the Western Hemisphere, as far as I know, that actually makes parchment. They make calf skin, deer skin, goat skin, and sheepskin parchments. And so I took a little trip over there and bought a goat skin and cut it into pieces, small pieces that I could paint on, and then had to figure out how to do it. I did, what happens is that in the process of making the parchment, the skins are scraped and put on frames and stretched, and so that if you re-wet them, they kind of crinkle up like potato chips. So what I had to do with these is mount them on a fairly heavy piece of paper before painting on them. I wanted to evince illuminated manuscript without really aping it per se. So I pretty much used the traditional materials that were used by monks who painted illuminated manuscripts. They're basically watercolors and gouaches on the skin. I even actually bought a little cake of 24 karat gold powder to paint the gold lines, but oddly enough they didn't show up as well as a standard gold acrylic and or watercolor, so I just shifted to the watercolor. And what I do is I have all these little pieces that I kind of carve out of one skin and paint individual pieces and then start jigsawing them together. So I'm trying to put these things together in as unself-conscious a way as I possibly can. Also, I often, I do spread a pumice gel medium, which is a very fine grit pumice in the medium. I do squeegee a layer of that on before painting, and that also sort of keeps the actual material from getting too wet and buckling up. But it also then is a surface that I can draw on with a silver point.
And you're holding a piece right now?
Yeah.
Here, put it over here in front. Show me what it looks.
This is an actual piece that I've taken out of a skin. So it's a beautiful, beautiful material.
You get a sense of how thick it is, and you can actually see the follicles and stuff. I think that shows up.
Yeah, it does show up.
I mean, it shows up in the camera.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this one's a beauty. And now, what was about naming? You were telling me.
Well, I thought that they would have a series title, which would be Certain Unbelief, and then they'll have parenthetical titles, which will distinguish one from the other. So rather than doing Uncertain Belief 1, 2, 3, etc., I think I'll just do Uncertain Belief, and then they'll have parenthetical titles, things like The Fool's Errand, etc.
And you did all of these in 3 months?
Yeah.
Wow.
No, and what was sort of odd is I had the little pieces that I did almost 2 years ago, and they sat in the drawer. I liked them and was intrigued by them, but I wasn't totally convinced. And then a gallery that I show at in St. Louis was doing a show called Intimate, and asked if I had any pieces to contribute, and I took them out and looked at them, and I thought, these are okay. and it sort of, I was re-encouraged, so I bought a bunch of goat skin and started the series.
They're
That's
beautiful.
all she wrote.
That's all she wrote.
It is.
They're beautiful.
Yeah, thank you.